Hi YouTube, I'm Tim and welcome to part 3 of my DVD and Blu-ray update for December 2017. This time for part 3 it's all Blu-rays and they're all Twilight Time Blu-rays, and 3 of them I bought directly from Twilight Time, while one of them I bought from Screen Archive, so it's 4 different Twilight Time Blu-ray releases I have to show off for this final part of my December DVD and Blu-ray update. So first up, from Screen Archives, I got the Twilight Time Blu-ray release of Hush Hush, Sweet Charlotte, starring Bette Davis and Olivia de Havilland. Bought this on sale for $14.95 at Screen Archives. They seemed to be sold out on Twilight Time's website, so during their sale it was on both Twilight Time's website and Screen Archives. This was on sale for $14.95, so I grabbed it. And this has a bunch of extras on here. It's got, let's see what we've got here. We've got an isolated score track, an audio commentary with film historians David Del Valle and Stephen Peros, and then audio commentary with film historian Glenn Erickson. And then we have Hush Hush, Sweet Joan, The Making of Charlotte, and we have Bruce Dern Remembers, plus wizard work, and then there's TV spots, and there's original theatrical trailers, and this movie's in 1080p high definition, 1.85 anamorphic widescreen. It's from 1964, it's black and white, and there's English subtitles, and it's not rated, and it's 133 minutes long, limited edition of 3,000 copies. It looks like it's, for the audio, it's 2.0 stereo HD, and then 2.0 DTS HD. I don't know if that MA stands for mono or audio or what that stands for. This is the one that my parents went to go see at the drive-in when they were first dating. But they just talked the whole time, so they didn't really pay much attention to this movie. Probably just as well, because my mom doesn't really like scary movies, and this one gets pretty violent. And Twilight Time seemed to put a lot of their releases in these clear-cut colored cases, which is fine, but this one was a little bit cracked on the back of it, but otherwise Screen Archive sent this to me just fine. And that's the back of the case. See 2 of the actresses. I believe that's Bette Davis and Olivia de Havilland, but Agnes Moorehead is in this one as well. And this also stars Joseph Cotton, Cecil Kellaway, and William Campbell, and then Victor Buono is a guest star in this movie. And it also stars Mary Astor as Jewel Mayhew. And this is when it was originally put out by 20th Century Fox, so it's owned by 20th Century Fox. It's one of their movies that they licensed out to Twilight Time. So I guess they felt it was too niche, too small of a fan base to sell a Blu-ray on their own, so they decided to license it to Twilight Time to do a limited edition. So, Hush Hush, Sweet Charlotte, starring Bette Davis. And then another from Twilight Time It's also from 20th Century Fox. I had seen this once on American Movie Classics after they were simply known as AMC TV, and they began airing commercials and such. And I have the DVD of this as well, but I wanted to upgrade to Blu-ray. This movie, The Long Hot Summer, stars Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward and Anthony Franciosa, Orson Welles, Lee Remick, and Angela Lansbury. And special features, isolated music track, Hollywood backstories, The Long Hot Summer. I'm thinking maybe that's the same as that AMC backstory that AMC showed, was behind the scenes. They interviewed the cast members. And that was on the DVD. And then Fox Movietone newsreel, and then the original theatrical trailer. And this movie's in 1080p high definition, and it's in a 2.35 widescreen format. It's 117 minutes from 1958, and it's in color. It's limited edition, 3,000 copies. So it's another 20th Century Fox classic movie. Let me read a little bit from the back of it. The extraordinary team of director Martin and writers Irving Ravech and Harriet Frank Jr. adapt a trio of William Faulkner's narratives in The Long Hot Summer 1958. Paul Newman gives perhaps his most Newmanian performance as a crafty drifter who drops like a bomb into the wealthy Varner family, already a stew pot of lust, rivalry, and dysfunction. Orson Welles is the manipulative pater familias. Joanne Woodward is his intelligent, wary daughter. Anthony Franciosa is his weakling son. Angela Lansbury is his long-suffering mistress, Orson Welles, and Lee Remick is the sexed-up daughter-in-law. That's Anthony Franciosa's character's wife. The seductive cocktail is handsomely scored by the great Alex North. And even though it doesn't mention it, Richard Anderson, who would later star in TV's The $6 Million Man and its spin-off The Bionic Woman, he has a pretty good-sized role in this movie as well, playing a suitor to Joanne Woodward's character. It's A Long Hot Summer from 1958, starring the late great Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward, who became his wife sometime after that. And then one movie, it's been out on DVD, but it always had been in a pan and scan format. It was never in its original aspect ratio. And they aired it late summer on Turner Classic Movies, but after they showed the logo for the studio it was from, they cropped it into the wrong aspect ratio. They showed it in widescreen, but it wasn't the right type of widescreen. Gidget, starring Sandra Dee, Cliff Robertson, and James Darren. This is the movie that started the whole beach party movie genre that continued on after this at American International Pictures They had those beach party movies starring Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello. Well, this came before it, 1959, from Columbia Pictures, and now got it. Its list as being 1080p high definition 2.35, so it's supposed to be in a CinemaScope. And whenever it was on cable before, it would either be panned and scanned, or like Turner Classic Movies showed it in a 1.78. At least they did when I watched it streaming on their on-demand website. But for this Blu-ray, you get an isolated music track and the original theatrical trailer is the only extras, but you also get English subtitles. But it's nice that it's in high definition, but it would have been nice if they had added some extras, like maybe some interviews with the cast. No, Cliff Robertson and Sandra Dee are dead, but James Darren is still alive. This movie is in color, 95 minutes from 1959. It's called The Original Surfer Girl Beach Bum Movie, adapted from the novel by Frederick Kohner. Gidget, 1959, stars Sandra Dee as determined little Frances Lawrence, who falls in love both with surfing and with the characters who populate the local Southern California beach hangout. Of particular interest are the young moondoggy James Darren and the more mature Big Kahuna, Cliff Robertson, a Korean war vet who is the idol of every surfer on the coast for his life of apparently unfettered freedom. So Gidget, licensed from Sony, was originally put out by Columbia Pictures, but Sony owns Columbia Pictures film library now, so it's another limited edition Blu-ray, 3,000 copies. This is directed by Paul Wendkos. I believe he's went on to direct television shows. Or maybe he just directed movies. I'll have to look on IMDb. This will be nice seeing this in the actual CinemaScope widescreen for a change. It's disappointed Turner Classic Movies. They had it streaming, but they had it in the wrong widescreen format. And AMC would only show it cropped in full screen. So Gidget starring Sandra Dee and James Darren. And one more movie. It's another 50s movie and another one from 20th Century Fox. When I checked this out once from the library. I don't know if I had ever checked out the DVD or if I just got the VHS tape from the library. It's another one that had been shown on AMC. Peyton Place from 1957. It's in color, 157 minutes, and it's limited edition of 3,000 copies, and it's also in a 2.35, so it's CinemaScope from 20th Century Fox. It has audio commentary with filmmaker historian Willard Carroll, audio commentary with actors Terry Moore and Russ Tamblyn. Russ Tamblyn is probably best known for being in the movie version of West Side Story. And it's on location in Peyton Place with Willard Carroll. I guess maybe that's the audio commentary. And then Hollywood Backstories Peyton Place, and I'm assuming that's the AMC special. When AMC aired this, they had what was called AMC Backstory, where they had shown the behind-the-scenes documentary on it. And then there's Fox Movietone newsreels and original theatrical trailers. And I believe this was another one that was a novel, and it became a movie, and then there was a TV show. This movie stars Lana Turner, and it stars Diane Barcy, Hope Lang, Lee Phillips, and Russ Tamblyn. And Diane Barcy plays teenager Allison Mackenzie. And I believe Lana Turner's the mother of her. I think this starts out with Allison Mackenzie and her friend. I think Hope Lang plays the friend. They're just graduating from high school, and they get into all sorts of mischief. And then, like, there's usual town gossip. So I believe Allison goes swimming in her underwear with her boyfriend, and then there's town gossip spreads that, oh, they were skinny dipping, but they had their underwear on. She had a bra and panties on, and her boyfriend had his underwear on, so it wasn't skinny dipping, but then town gossip spread that he's skinny dipping, and then her girlfriend, not lesbian lovers, girlfriends, but her friend, has a cruel stepdad who beats the crap out of her friend, and then her stepdad gets her girlfriend pregnant, and I don't want to talk any more beyond that. This is an old movie that either you've seen or you haven't seen, and I don't really need to tell anymore. This movie you're either gonna like or you're gonna hate, because it's just an older movie. And I think because of the content, sort of sexualized content in the late 50s, I think it wasn't exactly all that popular. It's another one from 20th Century Fox. So that is Peyton Place. I believe older woman there is the mother, Lana Turner, and I believe that is Diane Barcy playing her daughter Allison Mackenzie. Almost 20 minutes. I'll read a little bit from the back. Grace Metalius's scandalous bestseller about the sordid life of A small New England town is given the high-gloss Hollywood treatment in Peyton Place, 1957, a hugely successful melodrama produced by Jerry Wald and director Mark Robson, with John Michael Hayes providing the screenplay. A cast led by established star Lana Turner, then suffering her own real-life melodrama, is also studded with terrific performances from relative newcomers, including Diane Barcy, Hope Lang, Lee Phillips, and Russ Tamblyn. And here's what a couple of critics had to say about it. Jonathan Rosenbaum from the Chicago Reader said that people came out in droves for Peyton Place, and it's not at all hard to see why it's corn in the grand style of the much of it delivered with sweep and conviction, and the intrigues come thick and fast. And then Variety had to say that under Mark Robson's direction, every one of the performers delivers a top-notch portrayal. Diane Barcy particularly is standout as the rebellious teenager Allison. Also in top form in a difficult role is Hope Lang. So, Peyton Place, starring Lana Turner and Diane Barcy, from 1957, 157 minutes. So it's 2 hours and a half hour and 7 minutes. So 2 hours and 37 minutes. So let's recap everything. So this time it's all Twilight Time releases. From Twilight Time website, I got Peyton Place from 1957, from 1958. From Twilight Time, I got The Long Hot Summer, and from 1959, the movie Gidget. And Gidget is Sony Columbia Pictures title, while these other two are from 20th Century Fox. And then a Twilight Time release I had to, also from 20th Century Fox, but this one I had to get direct. I couldn't, they were out of on Twilight Time's website, and they only had it Screen Archives. I got it on sale. Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte from 1964. It's 20th Century Fox horror movie, and it's horror movie because in that there's some axe murders going on in that movie. And Southern girl Charlotte is half crazy, and she's got a mean, greedy cousin. So it's I believe if you do see a guy get one of his hands hacked off with an axe right before the opening credit sequence, and then there's a theme. Well, there's two different theme songs. First, there's one that goes, "Hush, hush, sweet Charlotte, Charlotte, don't you cry. Hush, hush, sweet Charlotte, I'll love you till I die." And then during the opening credits, there's another song that goes, "Chop, chop, sweet Charlotte, chop, chop till he's dead. Chop, chop, sweet Charlotte, chop off his hands and head." Or maybe it's chop off his hand and head. It's been a while. That was another one that AMC used to show right before Halloween. And I believe Fox Movie Channel, which is now FXM, and now they're finally in HD, they used to show Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte. And I don't know if they ever showed Long Hot Summer, but I remember they showed a remake of Long Hot Summer that was a made-for-TV miniseries that starred Sybil Shepherd and Don Johnson, but it was a remake and it was long. But I believe Fox Movie Channel would show Peyton Place and Return to Peyton Place, the two movies, and Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte years back, but they mainly show classic movies late at night, but hasn't been, I don't think it's been any of these. So that, Long Hot Summer, Peyton Place, and Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte are Fox movies, well, Gidget, Sony, Columbia Pictures. So that is it for part 3 of my DVD and Blu-ray update for December 2017. And thank you for watching, and keep an eye out soon for another DVD and Blu-ray update. I do have a couple more Blu-rays ordered, but I don't know when they'll be coming. So it'll be whenever I get the tracking number. So thanks again for watching.